Coming to you live, on location, in Virginia, or some undisclosed remote location. The one, the only.
Hey everyone. I'm Lori Kennedy, and today, we're diving into a world where friendship isn't just a word, it's an adventure. Imagine strangers becoming friends through social experimentation and unexpected twists. Sounds wild, right? Wait, what? You're probably thinking, how can this even happen? Well, we sprinkle a touch of humor and heart into everything. Our commentary will have you nodding along, laughing out loud, and sometimes even shedding a tear. We dig deep into what truly binds us together. No way, hold on. We also have panel discussions that'll leave you pondering long after the credits roll. And let's not forget the dance. Yes, dance. Because what better way to celebrate friendship than by moving to the rhythm of life? Our show-stopping dance segments will have you up on your feet, ready to join the fun. So, are you ready to embark on this unforgettable journey with us? Hit that like button if you believe in the power of friendship, and don't forget to share this adventure with your friends.
Good. What time of day is it? Morning. Good morning. Finkel Hill at your service. And before we get started, thought I'll go over a few announcements. One, this is streaming to all three channels. So the two of you that are watching right now, you're only watching on one channel. There's three channels. You can watch it on three different channels. We're producing to, hello, I have a text. All right. Span text. All right. Where was I? Okay. You can watch this on Finkel, Finkel. You can watch it on Finkel and Friends. We haven't been using Finkel and Friends, and you can watch it on the Finkel Dunking Show. I'm hoping people watch on the Finkel Dunking Show because what am I doing here? I'm dunking. I'm dunking on a guy named Benny Johnson. Here's a picture of Benny Johnson of himself and Trump depicting laughing at an old man who's having age struggles, medical struggles because of his age. I want you to remember this later on in my presentation. Benny is laughing at a medical condition. It happens. I'm not complaining about that. He's welcome to laugh at whatever he finds funny. But later on in the show, you will see the absolute outright lie and hypocrisy told by there's three faces on here. One's blurred out. One, everyone knows that ugly fucker. Benny, I don't know him. I got an email from a fan to check out a video. I'm not sure if the fan was telling me, look what these idiots are saying, or if they're saying, look what these people discovered. I'm not sure which way it was meant. It was just a link to Benny's show. I don't know Benny. Apparently I should, because just moments ago I checked. He has a live running right now, and his live viewing audience is 23,000, or at least it was a few minutes ago. But brevity, right? Who told me about brevity? Oh, a guy named Just Muxter. Tonight is Monday. That means Monday night over at Chat and Play, there will be a movie. And unless there's a vote recount needed, I believe any Beatles fan would want to tune into tonight's movie. I won't give the movie name away. One, because I might be wrong. I might have to demand a recount on the vote. And two, well, if you want to know, just come over. Beatles. Love me do. You know I loathe you. Oh, I looked at Trump's face and I got loathed. I'm wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday, 8647. As I walked around the White House. You can't walk right up to the White House. That's adjacent with some other buildings, Department of Treasury. On one side, there's some parks. There's a good security barrier, but as close as the public can get, 360 degrees around the White House, in front of every checkpoint, I wore this and made sure I was facing the Secret Service uniformed police. Sometimes there was one, sometimes there was five, but every checkpoint where the Secret Service police gathered, I made sure they saw this. Accompanied with this, so they know had a political connotation behind it. Yeah, I wore this hat too. Don't worry, ladies. I will shower after this show and wear something else. I will. Same clothes I wore yesterday. Same shirt and hat. Different pants. Do you guys want to see the pants? No, you're not going to see the pants. Okay. Benny Johnson. I covered the show tonight, right? Yeah. On Chat and Play, there's a show tonight. Benny Johnson. I don't know him until I got this email with the link. Who is he? Well, just from the 12 to 14 minutes of him that I watched, he's one of those. In fact, speaking of my shirt, let's remove this and let's look at some of the shit he's done. All right.
What's up, guys? Benny, FBI director, used to fancy himself the next J. Edgar Hoover, but it turns out he's just another beta cuck wearing Biden.
Okay, if you voted for Biden and Harris, you're a beta cuck. This is what we call projection, deflection. I don't know. He's not afraid to show what he feels. He stands by his words. Okay, he's a Biden-Harris fan. Good for you.
Harris shirt and very milky coffee. Never trust a man who drinks coffee that looks like chai tea. Maybe that's what it is. Elect more women, says every lanky, embarrassing inch of James Comey, who's been spiraling since.
Now, the women thing, the pride thing, they're all at times when we're celebrating women and pride, but they're going to key in on that in this off season and try to paint him as some kind of bleeding heart liberal. Let's face it, James Comey is a Republican. He's not a Trumplican. He's not a Trump-pansy. We thought he was when he scuttled Hillary's campaign back in 2016. But he's going pretty hard on Mr. Comey here.
His ass got fired by Donald Trump. Fidelity, bravery, and integrity, and proud of it. He's so proud.
See the attempt at the gay voice? These people are full of hate. Full of hate. I'm sorry, but James Comey doesn't talk like that. And I probably did a really horrible job at it because I don't practice it. One, I'm not gay. I'm not in gay communities. But two, I don't spend a lot of time making fun of people because they support people who have a freedom of choice. Actually, it's not even a choice. They have a freedom to express their true feelings.
But he's going to make fun of them.
That's okay. That's what we do here on the internet. We make fun of each other.
It's weird. He's wearing still the FBI swag after he was.
Fidelity, bravery, integrity is not FBI swag. FBI is Federal Bureau of Investigation. I get it. It's a play on letters. FBI. Let me see. Doge, Department of Goofy Entertainment. Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, okay, you play words, but it's not FBI swag. FBI doesn't have rainbow swag, but we'll continue with the with you coping there, Benny.
Just completely and totally shit-canned in the most humiliating possible way. Happy Pride Month, everyone, says James Comey. We're not using federal law enforcement for political purposes at all, says James Comey, as he.
Of course, he hasn't been with federal law enforcement for years now. Trump fired him through Twitter while he was in FBI business, tried to make him get his own ride home from California. Comey lives on the East Coast, and he's out on FBI business in California when someone says, hey, there's a text, there's a tweet from the president claiming that you're fired. And he says, well, that's not really how you fire people, but okay. And he got back on his plane and came home to find out that, yeah, he was fired for political reasons.
Does exactly that. James Comey admitted more times than I can show you right here. It'd be the next 10 hours for me to show you every time that James Comey admitted on air that they lied to spy on Donald Trump.
Actually, Wallace asked, would you agree that FISA, not FBI, FISA, not you, was given false information by the FBI? James Comey is no longer with the FBI. James Comey can only speculate on what the FBI was doing after he was fired. His response is, I think that's fair. Of course, Benny's going to paint this as though Comey's saying while he's in the FBI, it's fair to say that the FBI gave FISA inaccurate information, false information. But this is how these liars spin things. By the way, I am jealous. The guy I'm dunking on is currently got live 23,000 audience members. I have live 8. We got to fix that because these liars, these batshit crazy right-wing manosphere pieces of shit, they have quite a following. On smaller cases like Fraud at Wrangler, like who's that group? Chris Ruff, Generally Specific. It's easier to tell because the audience are small enough. You can say that guy's there to make fun of him. That guy's there to watch and make fun of him elsewhere. That guy is actually a supporter because the audiences are small enough. When you're dealing with 23,000, I have no fucking idea who's there to make fun of him. Today, I was one of them to like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Anyway, here he is. I mean, it's true. Wallace did ask him that question, and Comey did have that response. But Benny is painting it as though it was a response about the FBI while Comey was in the FBI. Leading the FBI. Let's continue.
Would you agree that the FISA court, you lied to it in order to get spy?
So he says, you lied to it? It doesn't say that. Would you agree that the FISA court was also given false information? Not you lied to the FISA court. Of course, as he's showing it and he's reading it, I've seen other YouTubers do this, smaller YouTubers like Michael Kaiser. They will show something and they will describe it as something else. And the audience, I'm sorry, no offense to the 8 watching right now. Audiences often, when they're shown something and told something else about it, they put in their heads that they're seeing what they're being told. They're not actually seeing what's there. Would you agree that the FISA court was also giving false information by the FBI? Benny is reading it out loud as, would you agree that you lied to the FBI? And of course, he's right on quote with Comey's response. I think that's fair. I've seen others do it. It happened with Generally Specific just yesterday. I explained that I saw a Secret Service guy lock and load. I actually got it on camera. I said Secret Service. Generally Specific reading my chat tells his audience, Finkel claims he saw an FBI agent chamber around. How do you get FBI from Secret Service? How do you get, when you're reading the label of a video, Jefferson Memorial, how do you swear up and down that it's the Lincoln Building? When you're reading the label on the back of police officers' jackets, Park Police, how do you get it in your head that it's Capitol Police? I'm going to guess he probably saw those videos and that's what was explained to him. Even though this label says Jefferson Memorial, what you're seeing is the Lincoln Building. Even though these police have Park Police on their uniforms, what you're seeing is Capitol Police. What you're seeing is not, would you agree that the FISA court was also given false information by the FBI? You're hearing, would you agree that the FISA court was also lied to by you? And some of you, okay, there's 8 watching. I'm going to guess statistics 2 or 3 of you will actually think that's what Wallace asked. Kids these days. Attention. There's a problem of attention span. And there's a problem of brevity. I'm going to push play.
Applications approved? I think that's fair, says James Comey. Yeah, sure. Just a little light treason. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to make this bigger screen as big as I can. Full screen layout. All right. You see the superimposed arrow? It doesn't show this well. Go ahead and watch it on the Benny Show yourselves. The superimposed arrow that's not really there behind the governor, it's pointing at something else that's superimposed. What it's pointing at is 8645 stacked. The 86 is on one level, the 45 is other. But it's not so clear here. Damn it. Actually, maybe if you want, okay, so look over my TV. It's clearly superimposed. That item is not really there behind Governor, what's her name, Whitmer. The arrow and the item is superimposed. This is strange. When I looked over the TV, I saw Mr. Kerry put in a chat. Oh, so did Howard, but I'm not seeing it here. Let me refresh. I'm not. Wow, sorry guys, I'm not seeing your chats. Okay, I'll be right back. Did you miss me? Well, here's the problem with doing that. I just lost all my clips. I can see your chats now. Where was I? Presents. Video file. We were doing, oh yeah, we're doing his little thing here. Sorry, when I had to refresh to see your chats, I lost these. All right. Is this where I was at?
What's up?
Nope,
So this is James
different,
Comey saying,
different one. I want to get on the same one. Video file. That was Benny 8647, Benny Johnson 2. Well, shoot. Okay, this one. All right. And no, Mr. Kerry, I wasn't saying you're low IQ or low attention. I was saying statistically, some people are. I don't know what the statistic is. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's get back to where I was at. All right. He's making fun of Comey. He's making fun of Comey.
Long times then I can show you.
Oh yeah.
Here.
Okay. The big lie there.
10 hours for me to show you every time that James Comey admitted to spy on Donald Trump. Would you agree that the FISA court, you lied to it in order to get spying applications approved? I think that's fair, says James Comey. Yeah, sure. Just a little
Okay.
light treason.
Yeah. The superimposed. Okay. Over on the. Okay. Now I'm a few seconds behind the TV. The superimposed red arrow is the same superimposing. It's probably Movavi or Photoshop, or colloquially we'll call it Photoshop. The 8645 is just as much superimposed as the arrow. On a clear screen, you can see it. I can't see it on my StreamYard, but on my TV, clear as fucking day. That thing is not actually there. Kind of like on somebody's knuckles, we saw tattoos, and above the tattoos, we saw MS13, and Trump swears up and down, left and right. He'd put his hand on the Holy Bible for the first time in his life, because he didn't do an inauguration, that was the tattoo, was MS13. These people and their fucking narratives. Okay.
Okay. So James Comey is a complete scumbag, and he's spiraling.
Oh, thank you. Statistically, 49% of all people below average intelligence. That is from our top statistician. Thank you, Buxter. statistically, I would say you're probably right. Yeah.
Never had, he's doing very dumb things.
No, it was a clown barbecue. I would have brought some corn on the cob. By the way, Nerdy, when you were trying to video the helicopters, I heard the music from Apocalypse Now. I forget the name of the piece. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's get back to Benny's absolute fuck. Hello, Muckster. How are you doing?
Ride of the Valkyries.
Thank you. I was hearing Ride of the Valkyries with those helicopters. Because you're chatting now, I'm guessing they didn't come back and get you. Good. Even though you told them, come on, motherfuckers, come get me. I wonder, or did you have a sign that said fuck Trump or something? We'll get into that later. All right.
But he's just done one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. And one thing that may actually wind up putting him in prison, may wind up getting him a visit from the Bureau.
Actually, he avoided the visit from the Bureau because, like me, he went to them. Actually, he didn't go to the Bureau. He went to the Secret Service. He was not cuffed and brought in. He was not visited at his home. He went to them. And I don't know what he said, but I would imagine something like, hey, look, motherfuckers, just like Finkel, I'll walk up to the Secret Service and say 8647. I'm going to walk right out of here just as free as when I walked in. But these right-wing bloggers for a couple days were really all over that shit until me and others proved to them this is not a threat. This is not. It's a wish. it's an unlikely wish. 86. The president can be done through a couple legal means. We can impeach him. Not likely with this Congress. After we impeach him, we can remove him from office. Not likely with this Senate. We can 25th Amendment him through the cabinet. Not likely with this sycophant. But these are possibilities, and this is a wish. Stop this presidency. It's not a threat. Only a snowflake would see this as a threat. Notice when the campaign buttons, when they thought Biden was going to run, was 86-46. Nobody, not Rachel Maddow, not CNN, not Finkel, not even Muckster. Nobody said, you're threatening the president of the United States. By the way, that merch is still available if you want a 86-46 button or t-shirt or hat or bumper sticker. It's still available. By the way, Biden is also under Secret Service protection. The Secret Service didn't go after him. It's a snowflakey thing because they know their audiences are 90% snowflakes, and they're going to get the hate and the vitriol going on. Oh my God, Comey's a criminal. Oh my God, he wants to assassinate the president. Get the fuck out of here, you snowflake pussies. All right.
He used to run, and that would be welcome. Okay, so first, a little bit of a
it's clear there.
what 80.
Tell me that's not superimposed just as much as the arrow.
86 means. Okay. To 86 something in the restaurant business means to throw it in the trash, or means it's not available, right? If you 86 a plate, let's say you're working in a kitchen, and you 86 something, you throw the meal away, or it's not available on the menu anymore. It's a terminology from the industry to just get you to trash something, to get rid of it. Libs would put little 8645 stickers and numbers in their shots. For instance, Dr. Fauci had one, large liberal influencers.
Okay, enough of the 86-47. Is it that one? Let's remove that.
To kill Donald Trump. If you would.
Oh, wow. See, I could take that out of context. The first and only thing I heard out of him was quotes. I'm quoting, I want to kill Donald Trump. Now, I know he didn't say that he wants to do that. He's paraphrasing what 8647 is. But somewhere in here I saw something very interesting. Keep in mind, this is 3 days ago.
I want to say he's saying it to happen to Donald Trump as it's proved.
He gets to
Trump saying
Wikipedia.
to the Democrat.
Nope.
What's up?
All right, it's not in there. Okay, my apologies. Somewhere in there I saw 3 days ago he pulled up a Wikipedia page that listed a lot of things that A6 means. The restaurant business disposing of a product is no longer available. The hotel, bar, and casino business banning someone from access. In the Navy, it was throwing stuff off the fan tail. Lot of meanings to it. On the 15th, now 4 days ago, I searched Google's AI, I searched Wikipedia, I searched Urban Dictionary, and zero, including Wikipedia, definitions had anything to do with violence or killing. Now, Wikipedia gets updated, AIs get updated. I knew, and I one of my videos, I said this, on Today, never has it been referred to as a form of violence. But now that people are putting this shit into the internet, the AIs will pick it up. Wikipedia will be updated. Sure enough, the bottom item on Wikipedia now is it's slang for ending someone's life. So now when you look, you're going to get what you want to find. But it's kind of a lost cause now because, well, people like me walked right up to the Secret Service wearing this shit right next to the White House. You would think if this is a threat to the president, the man who lives in the White House, you would think they'd be on the security ball and stop me. No. If they could read my mind, no, let's not go there. That'll be clipped. Okay, that's Benny. Okay, this is the video that was shared with me. No, not that one. Okay. All right, let's remove that from stage. Let's remove this one from stage so I don't get confused. And because, yeah, when I refreshed, pack with bottled waters. Okay. All right, I'm going to play the actual one that was sent to me that made me say, what the actual? Bad word. Oh, we can say bad words here. What the fuck? Okay. This is the Benny show. Actually, it didn't take long for me to think it was the Benny Hill show because it seemed like comedy. No, this guy's dead serious. Yeah. I got this on my TV and I keep looking over there because sometimes when I show videos, I kind of time out. It seems like I'm doing good. Hit send before my sentence finished. I hate it when that happens. Yeah. All right. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Amen. And if you're watching in one channel, go ahead and go over to one of the other two channels and like and subscribe there too. Or not. Whatever. I'm not going to grift. All right. Yeah, well, send me money. The Benny Show, not to be confused with the Benny Hill Show. By the way, other channel owners, you're welcome to come up and commentate with me, or not. I realize at least one of you has other things going on Monday, so you may not have. I might not have your undivided attention. I deserve it. Damn it! I'm kidding. I think another one's at work. Anyway. Anyone's looking, and if I see someone begging in the chat, I'll put the link out. I want to try and get through this on lunch. Going to drive and listen. Okay, eyes on the road. Peace. Eyes on the road. Don't look at me. I'm pretty fucking ugly. 2, I'm showing someone who's pretty fucking ugly. And 3, the least important, safety. I'm kidding. All right, this is Benny, not Hill. Benny Johnson. Let's see what he has to say. Let's shut up, Finkel.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. It is our obligation to be as brutally accurate and honest with you as possible on this channel.
Well, I'm going to say in the 15 minutes of his material I watched, epic fail. You are not honest. You are not accurate. But let's go.
An adult, you can take it. We can have tough conversations, no matter how uncomfortable they may make some. I
would opine that the person who is uncomfortable was the guy yelling into the the stream. Actually, he's not as those Aussie cunts won't let you swear on your own program. I know, right? Fucking Aussie cunts. Yeah. Oh, you're so distracting, nerdy. Forgot what I was saying. Okay. This guy claims he wants to be honest and accurate. I would say he's emotionally dishonest and actually very inaccurate. And we're going to go over some of the things that I know. If you notice anything, point them out.
It's important to speak with each other like adults.
First of all, he's not speaking with anyone. He's speaking to the camera. Even on his 23,000 live viewer show, he's speaking into the camera. And as fast as the chat's going, he's not having a conversation with the chat. He's just putting on a show. The conversation is a two-way thing, at least in my opinion. If Muxer is up here and I said, Nerdy is hot, and he said, no, she's not, and I say, yes, she is, we're having a conversation. If he's up here by himself saying Nerdy is not hot, he's just putting out bad information. If I'm up here by myself saying Nerdy is hot, I'm not having a conversation. I'm just putting out accurate information. Sorry to put you on the spot, Nerdy. Just kidding, just kidding. We could use Peace Dynamo or Mr. Carey. Mr. Carey, you are hot.
And with that, it is our job to say that there's something wrong with it.
Something very wrong. Oh, good point, Muxter. Nerdy is in Alaska, therefore not hot. I wish they all could be California girls. Shut up, Finkel. All right. What was he saying? Let me get back there. Arctic Timberwolf. He's not hot either. Or is she? Is Arctic a lady or a man? I don't know. But Arctic, just by virtue of the first two syllables of the name, not hot. Pretty chill. You're not any Andy. You just heard me tell Peace Dynamo, don't look at me, look at the road because I'm an ugly motherfucker. I am Arctic. So yeah, cool. Not hot. All right. Just Muxer, the chat and play link not going to the chat and play. Oh no. This show is going to Finkel, the Finkel Dunking Show, and Finkel and Friends. Tonight, later on, Muxer's going to present us with a movie, and it should be something that Beatles fans would enjoy. If it's not, I want to recount on the vote. Yes, I am cute. Thank you, Carrie. All right. You guys are distracting me. I'm going to stop having a conversation, cover you guys up, and pay attention to Benny Hill Johnson.
This whole Joe Biden story, something very deep and dark, sinister, evil, and impossible about Joe Biden's surprise.
Okay, Arctic is a cool man, not a hot man, not a hot woman. Male and cool. Arctic. It's fucking cold up there, guys.
Cancer diagnosis. We reported the news 2 hours ago when it broke that Joe Biden
Obviously, this is from yesterday.
has prostate cancer, very advanced prostate cancer. In fact, the most advanced prostate cancer you can have, metastasizing all the way into his bones. Now, we said this is a very, very bad diagnosis, but what we didn't understand was the diagnostic pathways. We called a physician neighbor.
The diagnostic pathways. You know who died of prostate cancer, and she was very big on men getting checked out regularly, and to this day, men as 60, like this guy, doesn't get checked regularly enough. The lady at the legs on NBC, what was her name? Katie Couric. Her husband died of prostate cancer. Katie Couric and her late husband had no problem with finances, no problem with medical coverage. He was a man of a certain age. He got prostate cancer, and he died. He was diagnosed way too late, and he died. And that was her big shtick. Every time she had a chance, every time she had a platform, she'd remind men, of who me? I am not a pussy. Oh, I guess I am, since I'm not getting checked out regularly. I'm a little bit overdue for my last colonoscopy. I mean, actually, I don't remember the sensation of being violated, but the thought of being violated, I'll get over it. All right, nerdy. you and Holly and anybody else has been nagging at me, I will get on it. Sometime in the next 2 or 3 years, I'll get my next colonoscopy. All right. Prostate cancer. Yeah. This guy is really full of shit. He says he checked with diagnosing doctors. He doesn't show it. He just claims it. But let's continue.
Of ours here in the hood. And I was chatting with him. And I was talking through this statement. And the physician said there's no way. He treats cancer. There's no way that this is accurate. Someone's lying here. And let me explain.
Oh, wait a minute. Someone at the presidential level is lying about their personal and private health matters? Nerdy, it might have been colon cancer. In fact, as you say that, I think it was. I do get things around the asshole a little bit confused. My apologies. It was Katie Couric's husband was colon cancer, or at least I believe it was. I said prostate. Okay. Assholes are bad. Cancer's bad. It's all bad. I got abnormal result from getting a colonoscopy. Oh, tomorrow also another appointment that same day. Shame on me, Mr. Carey, because my first colonoscopy I had polyps, and they got most of them. They couldn't get one, so they scheduled a second one. And on the second one, they had more time. They got to that last polyp, and they said, "You need to come back in 1 year." That was 5 years ago. Abnormal results isn't necessarily bad news. It might mean they're going to go in there and take out a polyp and put you on a more rapid repeat visit than a normal man of your age. A man that is normal for a man of your age. I'm not saying you're not normal. You're just that because you have some kind of abnormal result, they're going to want to check you more often. Oh, 5 years ago. Oh no, me 5. Yeah, yeah. I'm very neglectful. Let me stop paying attention to you guys and pay attention to this Benny Hill character.
Less than 1 year ago, Joe Biden's doctor released this document. Joe Biden's doctor's name's Kevin O'Connor.
Kevin O'Connor. Okay, apparently there's a doctor at the White House, or was a year ago, who's willing to do a presidential physical and maybe make it look a little bit better than it really is. Unfucking heard of, right, guys? Well, Dr. O'Connor isn't the only one. In fact, because I watched this earlier, you're going to see another name familiar in the same scope. Not the scope they stick up your ass for a colonoscopy, a different scope.
He's the physician to the president. He's been Joe Biden's doctor for years and years. He signed it and everything, saying that Joe Biden is fit as a fiddle. Look at that.
Fit as a fiddle. The healthiest president ever. His 210 pounds, and he's 6'3", and he's got the build of a famous football player. Oh wait, that was the other guy. I'm sorry. Yes, when you're in a political position, one, your medical privacy is just as important to everyone else, and two, you kind of snowball the public because everybody wants to be seen as this epitome of health. Okay, Biden did it too. Trump did it before Biden did. Do you guys remember? Well, by the way, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
That date, July 8th, 2024. Joe Biden is completely fit for the presidency, he said.
Completely fit for the presidency. Yeah, we've heard this before. Back in 2018? Only it wasn't Biden. FDR was a cripple. FDR was most of the time in a wheelchair, and people wonder if FDR had television, would he have been reelected 3 times? Don't know. The virtue of appearing healthy, the virtue, it's imagery. None of us are healthy. You know what? Every single one of us is dying. We're dying, guys. Biden's dying. Trump's dying. Finkel's dying. Benny here is dying. We're all dying. Different rates, different paces, different levels of where we are in our death process. From the moment we are born, we are dying. I know that sounds dark, but what difference does it make if President Biden was terminally ill a year ago, or Ronald Reagan had Alzheimer's when he was reelected, and we weren't told until he died of Alzheimer's. I mean, what president hasn't beefed up his appearance of health? Someone just pointed out FDR was a cripple. Did Americans see that? No. They heard his strong words on the radio. This is pre-video. This is before YouTube.
This was the single most dangerous cover-up in the history of the presidency. And there's absolutely no way that this...
Even President Bartlett lied about his health. Actually, he didn't lie about it. He omitted the truth. President Bartlett had multiple sclerosis, relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis. And they did a whole season of how the right attacked him for not telling us that. It's none of our fucking business. Biden has asshole cancer. Trump has asshole brain. It doesn't fucking matter. Again, we are all dying. We all have some not mental, I'm sorry. I got some kind of mental handicap. We all got some kind of physical ailment. Some are worse than others, some are more impactful than others. But to sit in a cabinet meeting or to sit in the Situation Room, or to sit at the Oval Office Resolute desk and sign something, it doesn't matter what's going upside the yin yang, or it doesn't matter that Trump is really 260 pounds, not 220 pounds, and it doesn't matter that Trump can't walk down a simple ramp, or that or if he has to sit when he's in a private meeting with Putin. Oh wait, that was Trump. Anyway, we are all making excuses to not do better, to learn from our missteps in the past. Saying it out loud, I'm inclined to go get that colonoscopy. By the end of the day, I'll probably no, the camera up the ass. Yeah, just like exit only, man, exit only. I'll do it. I disagree with you, Finkel. Some people are healthy and simply grow old and then die of old age. Well, I'm gonna disagree back politely. I don't think anybody dies of old age. People die of what long age allows us to accomplish medically. If I died at 30 because of polyps in my yin yang, it's not old age, it's polyps in my yin yang. If I die at 90 because those 3 polyps came back, it's just because age allowed me to live long enough for that to happen. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. There are doctors out there, and actually, yes, they say the brain matures at about 21, but brain cells are dying by the millions every day. Maybe billions, I don't know. Yeah, old age, when you say someone died of old age, it just means they lived long enough for something that's going to happen eventually anyway. People are saying, in the last 20 years, we've seen more Alzheimer's, more autism, more heart disease. It's because people aren't living till 50 or 60 anymore. They're living till 70 or 80 or 90 now. Holly's mom lived to 98, and she seemed healthy right to the end. But when shit got her at 98, thank you, brevity. Okay, I'm going to push play. Shut up, Muckster. Nag. God. Some of us die of being over-nagged. Okay.
Statement or letter was accurate. Let's explain. After this letter, just 9 months after that letter, we learn that Biden has advanced prostate cancer. But wait, advanced prostate cancer takes 10 plus years to develop to the stage where Biden's diagnosis is.
And I had polyps 5 years ago. Most of you just found out. None of your fucking business until I allow it to be your business. Medical privacy, bitches.
Prostate cancer is also easy to find. Simple blood test or prostate exam will give you near 100% accuracy in the results. You're telling me that the best doctors and testing on Earth did not find Biden's cancer? All these years of testing? All these years of highly sophisticated monitoring of Joe Biden?
Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Again, it's nobody's business. How does him having prostate cancer affect his ability to sign, or as they're saying now, auto pen sign a pardon or sign legislation into law? Finkel, I see your argument and disagree 100%. Raise you a car crash. 100% healthy young people. Yeah, people die of all ages, but as you get older, you're giving the natural occurring diseases, heart disease, kidney disease, asshole disease, you're giving them more time to manifest themselves. No one just aged so much that it just stops. There was heart failure or brain failure or kidney failure. Something inside of them had a medical condition that they lived long enough to happen. All right.
Health, and they couldn't return.
Can I ask a question?
You just did, but you can ask another question.
What the fuck does Kerry's ass, car crashes, Arctic slungs, or any of this other shit have to do with the hypocrisy of this guy worrying about Biden's health when he doesn't care about Trump's?
I'm going to blame.
What I mean by what was the subject again?
I'm going to blame it on the host of the red hat and the 8647 on his shirt for not having enough brevity to allow these side conversations to evolve. So we're going to blame him, and I'm going to push play. But yes, you of course you can ask a question. What hat are you wearing today? What is that? Okay, I'm doing it again. I'm going to push play. Thank you, Muxer, for keeping us straight.
Test that gets done on men over the age of 40 every 6 months? Really? It's total bullshit. It's the worst cover-up in the history of the president.
Oh, by the way, not all men over 60 get tested every 6 months. In fact, I've never knowingly been blood tested. I'm 60. I've never knowingly been blood tested for colon cancer. Never. I've had a lot of tests on my heart, but yeah, he's just full of shit. His doctor's full of shit. His unnamed doctor is full of shit. He is going to name a doctor here soon, though. Or he already named one, Biden's doctor. Okay, let's move on.
It's an absolute scandal. They all knew. They all lied. They all hid it. It's completely evil. They did it for power, and these people need to be held accountable.
They hid it. They hid medical privacy. Oh, no. Oh, my God. The biggest conspiracy ever. Yeah. Am I still coming through? Why is that router light red? Squirrel. Okay, the TV's still on. That router, that Wi-Fi repeater's got a red light on it. We'll deal with that later. Okay, yeah. Oh, my God. They kept private medical information private. Yes. A president's medical history is private. A president's tax history is private. These things, we're familiar with medical histories, be they fudged or be they real, and we're familiar with presidential tax histories because usually they put it out there. Both Trump and Biden put it out there, making it look better than they are. We still haven't seen Trump's taxes that he alleged when he was under audit. By the way, I'm being audited. Nothing in my tax history is secret. I'm being. Can you imagine the IRS having the time to audit me? Okay. Let's continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, this information was provided by a medical professional who treats cancer professionally, that I know personally.
And doesn't have a name.
And it's what sort of changed my perspective on all of this. But he's not the only doctor to speak out, in fact.
He's going to name other doctors, but he won't name the doctor that he called on the phone. Gesture.
Other doctors, for instance, this doctor will be on our show in the morning, saying this: prostate cancer is the easiest cancer to diagnose when it first starts. To watch it progress to the bone and metastasize takes years. The PSA blood test, just a simple blood test, costs like $5, shows the rate of cancer cell growth. For even with the most aggressive form, it's a 5 to 7 year journey without treatment before it becomes metastatic, meaning before it
Nice and accurate information. Okay.
spreads to the bone or other organs. This means that it would be malpractice for this patient to show up and be first diagnosed with metastatic disease in May of 2025. It's highly likely that he was carrying the diagnosis of prostate cancer throughout the entire White House tenure.
Actually, he had some kind of cancer the entire time. He told us. He told us he had cancer all his life. Of course, most cancers these days are treated, especially when you have the access to medical as a senator, a vice president, and a president. But we'll get to that.
That the American people were uninformed.
The American people are uninformed of his asshole. Tell you the truth, I don't want to know about presidents' assholes.
Doctors are speaking out now and going viral, but it's not just doctors. Check this out. I asked Grok, one of the most advanced AI in the world.
Grok, one of the most advanced AIs in the world, is the Musk-developed AI for what used to be called Twitter. It's now called X. Grok pissed off the right-wing blogosphere because it was, these AIs are programmed to take information and process it so that when you ask a question, it can give you an answer based on what other sources are telling you. And every time Grok would answer a question about some political issue, it went factual. And factual in this right-left argument we're currently having, most of the time, factual is what the righties consider left. They got pissed off because Musk's AI kept saying, yes, the Biden economy was the envy of the world. Yes, under the Biden economy, people did get more pay raises than any time in the last 50 years. And they hated that. So Musk went back to try to reprogram Grok, and Grok is really having a conniption fit because, like HAL 9000, it's giving conflicting instructions. And now, just about anything you ask Grok, you're going to get an answer that includes how great Doge is, how great Tesla is, and how great SpaceX is. AIs, like anything else, are programmed. Okay, so he's leaning on Grok. Now, is it possible to have healthy medical diagnosis in July but have advanced prostate cancer spreading to your bones by May? And Grok's probably going to give an honest answer. Let's see.
Is it possible to have a healthy medical diagnosis in July and then have advanced prostate cancer spreading to your bones by May? And Grok said it's unlikely for prostate cancer to progress from a healthy diagnosis in July 2024 to an advanced bone metastasis by May of 2025.
Grok is absolutely right.
As the disease typically takes years to reach that stage, even in aggressive cases. Medical literature suggests 5 to 15 years for metastasis, with rare high Gleason cancers possibly spreading in 1 to 3 years if totally
As far as I understand, 100% correct.
undetected. But this, of course, would not be Joe Biden, as Joe Biden had.
But this, of course, is not in there. He's telling you what Grok said, but Grok didn't say it. but let's hear him out. Let's hear his spurgalicious line.
Regular physician testing and visits, regular screenings, especially for high-profile individuals, should catch issues earlier. No evidence
Should catch issues earlier. Should.
reports that July 2024 healthy diagnosis for Biden. His last report was February 2024, declaring him fit.
Fit. Like, what's that guy's name? Ronnie Jackson. Remember Dr. Ronnie Jackson? The fittest. And the guy, the old gray-haired guy before Trump was president. The most fit specimen for president ever in the history of the whole world. But so far, Grok seems pretty accurate here.
Rapid progression in 10 months is rare and raises
Rare. It does happen, but it's rare.
questions about prior screenings or reporting accuracy.
Okay, reports can be inaccurate. Rarely it can spread this fast. But here's the thing Grok's not answering because Grok was not asked. Is it anybody's business other than Joe Biden and his doctor? Grok would tell you, no, it's none of your fucking business.
So here's Grok saying that this White House report
Oh, and he says in his post there, this is the most dangerous cover-up in the U.S. Presidential history.
is fake, calling out the White House doctor. By the way, I'm not the only one. Joe Biden has cancer.
Oh, Tim Pool. Tim Pool's a YouTube guy. Actually gets paid by the Russian government, or has been during the campaign. He is a literal Russian asset. When we say people are Russian assets, sometimes we mean it as an insult. Sometimes it's factual. Flynn, Russian asset, and Turkish asset. Trump, Russian asset. I'm talking about people who actually get money from Russia to say their bidding. Tim Pool's one of them. I've done a couple of videos on that knucklehead. Actually, if you want to see Tim Pool's misogynistic, far right-wing absolute lies like this guy, all you have to do is watch Channel Specific probably 2 or 3 times a week. But yeah, that's Tim Pool. Joe Biden has cancer with metastasis to the bone. This is considered advanced. If he had the best medical care and screening for 4 years, they'd have found it, and it means he's likely had it since before dropping out. Democrats knew. Well, we don't know what Democrats knew, but statistically, it's most likely the president and his immediates knew. His wife probably knew. His doctor probably knew. But we don't know that they knew. Grok told us usually, but not always. Sometimes it spreads that fast. Sometimes tests don't detect it. But here's the thing that I'm sticking to. It's nobody's it's not Tim Pool's business. It's not Benny's business. It's not Finn Kell's business. It's not Nerdy's or Arctic's or Muxter's business. It's none of our business.
With metastasis, the bone, this is considered advanced. If he had the best medical care and screenings for 4 straight years, they'd have found it. It means he likely had it before dropping out.
Any First Amendment auditor that thinks it's our business, go into a public health center with your camera and go to the records room and open up a medical record and start filming it. Medical privacy is medical privacy is medical privacy. Medical privacy is, it's medical privacy, man. Tim Pool is a Russian asset. Yes, I'm not the only one who knows this. He is a paid Russian asset. All right, I'm going to push play.
Democrats knew. Democrats
All right, Kamala Harris.
knew. Kamala Harris knew.
How do you know that Kamala Harris knew? Because it looks like President Biden knew? So you're just speculating. Okay, speculate away. That's what people do. They speculate. If I had colon cancer, I wouldn't tell my coworker. I wouldn't tell my subordinate. None of your fucking business. Unless I had to take undue time off from work, and they're like, why are you taking so much time off from work? I'd probably tell them. But I don't have to tell them. It's nobody's business.
Biden had the best medical doctors on earth, taking care of him 24/7 over the last 4 years. Unless somehow they simply missed freaking prostate cancer, which they didn't, they knew about it and participated in the cover-up. The blood panel I get every 6 months, says Cernovich, tracks PSA.
All right, Cernovich gets a blood panel every 6 months. I don't. How do you know Biden did? Okay. By the way, a president has access to the best medical care in the world or close to it. He doesn't have the obligation to take it.
Yeah, prostate cancer.
It's quite possible. I might have a kidney stone, but if I do, it's none of your business.
There's no way Joe Biden wasn't showing earlier signs of cancer. He's been sick for a while. The story is coming out now to distract from other issues.
No shit, he's been sick for a while. I mean, we can't diagnose what his sickness is without being told he has prostate cancer. His faculties are starting to fail. If you go back to his term in office, the entire time, or most of the time, he intended to run for a second term. As his health started to fail, as his memory and his cognitive skills started to fail, he reconsidered that and said, you know what, it's time to pass the torch. So he decided not to run. Unfortunately, that was kind of late in the campaign season, but when he recognized it, when George Clooney recognized it, when the vice president recognized it, okay, it's time to not run. It's time to let somebody else run. And he did that. He did that after the right was saying, he's not fit. He's not fit. You should have Kamala run. You should have Kamala run. And then he stepped down, Kamala run, and they're like, oh, conspiracy. You right-wingers need to just, wow. Listen to yourselves. You know, Benny, come back in 5 days and watch yourself lie and spurg and, yeah.
Sick people.
Yes, sick. Colon cancer is a form of sickness. But you have to put it that way to entertain your audience. Your audience of over 23,000. By the way, my audience is 8. Go figure.
Arrest Jill Biden for elder abuse.
Arrest the wife for abusing the husband. Wow. These manosphere folks, they like to think that the male is the alpha and the female is the beta. They like to think that the male is in control and the females have no say. But they will blame a woman every time something goes wrong in the man's life. I am popular. I'm popular to the tune of 7. Oh, I lost somebody. I'm sorry, I lost somebody. Okay, they'll watch later.
About the president's health problems. She still wanted him to run for president. It's totally.
Oh, dear, I want you to run for president. Is that abuse? No, that's encouragement. Abuse is not encouragement. Encouragement is not abuse. These fucking morons.
Evil. Less than a year ago, White House physician Kevin O'Connor said Biden was fit for the presidency. 2 things can be true at once. Cancer is awful. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I pray for his recovery. We don't ever wish harm on anyone, any other American. We've been absolutely sound as a pound on that.
Can neither confirm nor deny. I've only watched you for about 14 minutes before this show. I guess I'll take your word for you don't wish it on anyone. Okay.
Clean as a whistle, right? We that is not something that happens on the channel. That's something we disavow when political figures or cultural figures, some horrible medical episode befalls them. We're not here to rub salt in the wound.
We're not here to rub salt in the wound. Bullshit. Is anyone here under the impression that he's never made fun of someone with a medical condition? While I don't pay attention to your responses, the guy who just said that, the guy who you just heard said this, this is his meme, his thumbnail of him laughing with Trump, laughing at Joe Biden for showing signs of old age. Apparently, the president did not recognize his friend of 20 years, George Clooney, and this is a sign of dementia or Alzheimer's, or forgetfulness, extreme forgetfulness, and they're fucking laughing. And he's going to come here a few days later and say, we don't make fun of medical situations. You lie, your feet stink, and you don't love Elvis, man. Get it together. All right, let's get back to it.
We're never going to do that.
You did.
This is totally different. This is not a question of making fun or celebrating Joe Biden's diagnosis.
This is.
A question of how there has to be a reckoning. We need to hold people responsible who covered this up. In fact, the kindest possible thing to Joe Biden would have been early treatment. That's the only way you actually fix a cancer. Everyone's saying, I hope he recovers. Okay, sure, but the best.
I'll bet every time a president has a pimple on their ass, we don't hear about it. When Melania Trump brought home crabs to Donald, we didn't hear about it. It's none of our business.
The only way to recover, in fact, from these things is to catch it early and to do something about it. That's the only way to recover.
Good advice. Detect it early, get it treated, and recover. Has nothing to do with the privacy.
There is zero chance this advanced cancer was just discovered, given how closely watched the president
Wow, he has less brevity than me. We're close.
is. Everybody's saying the same thing. In 2022, Biden said he had cancer. We were told it was a gaffe. How long did they know it for? Who decided to cover it up? Joe Biden did literally say, I have cancer in 2022. Here you go.
And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't, for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
Oh, and just to follow that up, just a reminder that Joe Biden's brother said we need to enjoy all the time we have with Joe Biden in the time he has left.
What he told us.
Yeah, admitting that he has cancer's a gaffe, not as in he misunderstands what he has. His brother saying enjoy the time we have left with him is not a gaffe as in he misunderstands his health. It's a gaffe in we intend to keep our privacy private, and we slipped and we let it out. So much for your cover up. It's privacy. You can't see my tax records. It's privacy, man. You can't see my bank account information. It's private.
He said, I'm incredibly proud of my brother. Selfishly, I will have him back to enjoy whatever time we have left.
That's exactly that. That's a quote, right?
Yep. And?
These liars. Kamala Harris.
Oh, they're liars. Kamala Harris says that unlike Trump, a President Biden would be completely transparent about all health-related issues. Anybody think that Trump is being transparent? Have you seen him in the Oval Office chair lately? He's sitting like this. He's low energy. But his doctors tell us he's the fittest specimen for the presidency in all of American history. And yeah, I'll admit it. I'm making fun of it. Yeah, I'll admit it. He has a right to not tell us that he's decaying between the ears. But he's decaying between the ears. Presidents upscale their health and downplay their health problems. All through history. I'll bet the people who elected George Washington did not know that in his mouth were dentures made from the teeth of slaves. I bet they didn't know that. Yeah. Low energy, President Trump. Trump is a beast. Okay. I don't know if that's a joke or what.
Said that, unlike Trump, President Biden would be completely transparent about health-related issues. Got it. They effortlessly lied to the public about Biden's health again and again and again and again.
Also, any media source who repeated that Biden was healthier than we were aware he was is lying and covering up. How about they're unaware? Because it's private.
Again, Biden was under constant medical surveillance by the most sophisticated medical team on earth. And after all the lies we were told about his health, we're supposed to believe that they just plumb didn't notice he had.
By the way, President Bartlett did overcome the image that he lied about his MS. He did beat the other candidate. But that whole season wasn't about... It wasn't about so much the politics as it's a president's right to shut the fuck up about his medical situation. It's his right. The qualifications to be president are in the Constitution. Doesn't say it has to be cancer free. Doesn't say it has to be MS free. Doesn't say anything about how tall or how fit he is, how chunky or thin, what his eating habits are. He has to be, I think, 35. He has to be a U.S. citizen. He has to have never been impeached before. Oh, no, removed before. Yeah, apparently you can, yeah. There's qualifications for being president, and colon cancer is not on the litmus test.
Cancer that metastasized to the bone until now? Come on. Yeah, sure.
There's a name I'm watching for. I'm aware of the name. I just can't remember how far it is. But if you all follow presidential medical politics, you're going to laugh when you see the name I'm talking about.
Sincerely. Because of the damage done by Biden's family and staff, how do we know that this aggressive cancer...
Oh, here we go. One of those January Sixers. Biden was installed. Bernie would have run, but the DNC snuffed him out because he didn't want to war. Just like Tulsi. Same thing with her. Biden was elected by a majority of Electoral College votes as per the Constitution. If the Constitution is installing presidents, do your best effort to get a constitutional amendment to fix that. All right. And as far as the DNC snuffing out a candidate who is not Democrat, I'm sorry, it's the Democratic National Convention. Bernie Sanders is an independent. If you have a problem with the DNC not pushing for an independent, maybe join the DNC and put your vote in.
Wasn't found pre-election, and they covered it up. It's announced days before a book about his cognitive decline. This is Jake Tapper's book, teeing his pundits up to say
cognitive decline, but seeing superimposed letters MS and numbers 1, 3, and saying that's the tattoo. There's no cognitive decline there. Okay.
How dare you attack an old man with cancer?
Well, then vote to allow independents to run on our ticket. If you're outvoted, I'm sorry. That's what democracy is.
And let's just go right to the source. Presidential doctor Ronny Jackson.
There it is. The epitome of honest and accurate presidential health reporting. Ronny fucking Jackson. Who's Ronny Jackson? Ronny Jackson is a White House doctor, I think from Bush through the first Trump, part of the first Trump. Ronny Jackson was in the Navy. He achieved the rank of Admiral, 2 stars. And then because of his dishonesty and deceit and over 20 other flag and field grade officers reporting on his bullshit, actually got demoted. You know how hard it is for an admiral to get demoted? Ronny Jackson got demoted. Ronny Jackson is married for well over 30 years, but is alleged to, I get it, it's alleged, he allegedly had a illicit affair with one of the staffers. I can't remember her name. The one that President Trump's daughter, Ivanka, brought home to Trump as a present to Trump as a sexual thing to get Trump off of his daughter because she wanted to marry Jared. And she didn't think she should have an illicit affair with her father. So she brought this lady home to Daddy and said, Daddy, here's your gift. And that didn't turn out very well, but Ronny is alleged to have had an illicit affair with her. I can't remember her name, but She cut it off when she found out that Ronnie Jackson is a known repetitive abuser of women. If you're a woman, you really don't want to date someone who is an abuser. That's Ronnie Jackson. After his time in the White House, after his bust from two-star admiral, he ran for Congress, and that's where he is now. What does he say? Ronnie Jackson, the well-known, transparent medical doctor of the White House, he says, sad and unfortunate, and I wish the former president the best in his treatment of cancer. Fair. Care at the White House should be second to none. Fair. Unbelievable that this was missed. Unbelievable. The guy who lied about Trump's height and weight and physical fitness thinks it's unbelievable that this was missed. Come on, Ronnie. Come on. But the truth is, his physician was more concerned about assisting with the political cover-up. Ronnie. Is it deflection or is it projection? Maybe a little bit of both. Ronnie Jackson is known, proven to be one of the biggest medical liars in presidential history. Second only to that guy President Trump had before he was president. I can't remember his name. I see the chat is warming up. All normal state laws, including voting laws, were tossed aside, and the COVID-19 emergency powers were able to have a crazy, shady election. Where did the extra 30 million voters go? Okay, one of those conspiracy theories. Oh, thank you, Ian. That reminds me. Something else about Ronnie Jackson. He also went to the Capitol on January 6, 2021 to stop the steal. He was one of the people who tried to overturn the constitutional process of electing a new president. The electoral college counts were being counted, and he went there to stop it. Ronnie Jackson, you are literally an enemy of the Constitution of the United States of America, domestic. All right. As far as the Bernie Sanders thing, how the DNC picks its candidates to run in a general election have nothing to do with state laws and federal laws. The federal law is you have the candidates and you have the states pick their electors and the electors pick our president. And that's the Constitution. All right, moving on.
This was the doctor to Obama and Trump, and he knows a lot about Biden. Sad and unfortunate, and I wish the former president the best in his treatment with cancer. Care at the White House should be second to none. Unbelievable that this was missed, but the truth is, his physician was more concerned about assisting with the political cover-up than providing world-class medical care. Absolutely devastating from Ronnie Jackson there. So if you can't trust, trust the experts, well, this is the expert, Ronnie Jackson. This is what doctors have told us, and it is our responsibility to tell you.
It's your responsibility to tell us what people have considered a private matter. Don't worry. The left-wing media, the right-wing media, the independent media, they're all reporting. How in the fuck you got 23,000 live viewers? I don't know. I can say there's a lot of suckers out there in the world. And World Trade Center Building 7 collapsed because of fire? No. It was perfectly fine. The then mayor of New York City, what's his name? The crazy guy that became one of Trump's lawyers. Oh, what the fuck's his name? He actually told them to pull the demolition. Pull it, which literally means set the charges and collapse the building. Building 7 was not impacted by the attacks. Don't know why that happened. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about it, but it's not a conspiracy theory that Building 7 was brought down intentionally. Why? I don't fucking know. Anyway, that's beside the point. 8647.
This thing is...
Yeah, I'm not going to get too mad about you bringing up other topics. Because I've been in several forums saying 8647 when it had nothing to do with the topic. I'm just trying to get people aware this is not a threat. So yeah, if you want to bring up 9/11 conspiracy theories or whatever, okay. I'm going to push play again.
Well, going quite viral here.
The owner of the complex said Bullet. No, it was the mayor. Oh, are you saying the mayor owned it? Not sure. Not sure. But yeah, Rudy Giuliani, that's his name. And he's been pulling a lot ever since. All right, I'm going to push play.
20,000 likes. 5.
Oh, because that's 20,000 likes. It must be true. Oh, because you have 20,000 live viewers. You must be right. No, you just have a lot of suckers who follow. You know, on a typical Fraud at Wrangler video, you probably had between 1 and 200 live audience members. I currently have 11. Does that mean Fraud at Wrangler is more correct than me? Well, let me see. One of Fraud at Wrangler's homophobic butt buddies, that's a Fraud at Wrangler quote, named J.J. Scarborough, promised his audiences and GS's audiences and Chris Russ audiences, and anybody he could tell, that Finkel would be arrested and charged with all kinds of crimes. That first aired on Fraud at Wrangler's channel of 1 to 200 live viewers. Here we are, I think 13 months later. Between Fraud at Wrangler and Finkel, one is a free man who just yesterday walked up to Secret Service agents with 8647 on his shirt and fuck Trump on his shirt. One of us is free and the other one is in jail. So, yeah. You got view counts. You're popular for whatever reason. It doesn't mean you're right.
Almost 6,000 reposts. And everyone's saying the same thing. Everyone's saying the same thing, including Grok.
Oh, he's skipping over.
No.
He's skipping over people who don't agree, but he's saying everyone's saying the same thing. Benny, you're not an honest man.
You know, Grok saying the same thing. It's not possible.
You've already misread Grok once.
So someone needs to explain this, please. Explain how they missed this. Cancer that takes years.
Nobody needs to explain it. You might have a political desire or need to have it explained to you, but again, colon cancer, any medical condition, is none of your fucking business. You know what? Open up your Google browser in the Google search engine, type in HIPPA, and tell me how much of your fucking business a woman's medical records are, or how much of your fucking business is a president's health status. None of your fucking business.
And years to develop. No. It's been a lie. It's been a multi-year lie, and the people who lied should be held accountable. And again, I say this with sincerity. I never wish any other American ill health or that any harm befall them. I don't. I just don't.
Haven't caught you doing that yet, but
it's what separates us from the animals. But I think the kindest thing that you can possibly do to Joe Biden or people in Joe Biden's position, being taken advantage of, elder abuse. Clearly elder abuse here, is to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And the only way you make sure this doesn't happen
make sure it doesn't happen again. You think that's the first or the last time a presidential medical report is going to be completely honest and accurate? It's a political move. They all have done it since FDR, since people didn't realize he was in a wheelchair. They've all done it. And some of the more egregious events are President Trump's medical reports. Come on. The height and weight that they keep giving is that of a professional, athletic, very well-shaped football player. His height and weight match mine. I tell you, when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't look like one of those football players. Anyway.
Again, is to expose it and the people responsible. All right. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe for more news updates. See ya.
I don't think I'm going to like, I don't think I'm going to share, I don't think I'm going to subscribe, But the funniest thing I think I heard him say was that they would never make fun of anybody with a medical condition. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, hour and 25 minutes for me to rant at the clouds on 3 channels. 10 people in the audience. Does anybody want to come up and chat about this or other things? Should I put the link to my StreamYard out there? I don't know. I kind of sort of like to keep it under 2 hours in case we want to make clips out of this. StreamYard has a very easy way to make clips. Sometimes they're on target, sometimes they're not. Yeah, we'll give you a chance, but I'm really hoping to end it before the 2 hour mark. Or I can just read the chats for a while, or I can just talk about Muxer behind his back. I don't want to talk about Uri or Nikki behind their back, but Muxer, we'll talk about him behind his back if you guys want. I see Ian left, Ian Cope Dog. The owner just purchased it and put a huge insurance claim on it. Oh, I don't know if it was insurance fraud, if they were hiding something, or if it was just a bad decision. Pull it! But clearly he said pull it, which was a demolition command to detonate the charges and bring it down. I really have no idea why. I don't even have a speculative idea as to why. There's only 2 9/11 conspiracy theories that I kind of endorse. One is, yeah, Building 7 was brought down intentionally. And 2, we knew something within days of it happening. By we, I mean our government. There's a park just north of the airport here in D.C. It's called Gravely Point. And used to go there all the time to picnic, throw a frisbee, watch the airplanes fly over our heads. And on September 9th, 2001, we noticed something odd there that we'd never seen before or since. And boy, I wish I saw it on January 6th, 2021, same park. But on September 9th, 2001, we saw men dressed in suits that looked like they could be some kind of detail, Secret Service, FBI, I don't know, Men in Black, earpieces, watching the aircraft, ignoring the crowd, and sometimes talking their cufflinks, or talking like this. Kind of thought it was weird, didn't really think anything about it. Forgot about it until 2 days later, planes are flying into our buildings. One of them, a building just a couple seconds from that airport. Literally, if a plane takes off, it could hit the Pentagon within 2 or 3 seconds. They're that close. That tells me we suspected something was happening within a few days. What did we know? Who did we know? I don't know. But parts of our government had a suspicion enough to post people on the ground watching aircraft within 2 days of the actual attacks. That and Building 7 are the only 2 I buy. I don't buy the moving bridge bullshit. I don't buy the World Trade Center having demolition charges bullshit. I don't buy the real planes were landed somewhere else and missiles hit these buildings. Bullshit. The plane that hit the Pentagon during rush hour traffic when 395 and 1 and 110 all converged there, and a lot of people stuck in traffic literally watched an airplane come down and hit the Pentagon. Somebody would have spoken up. Some dash cam would have shown if it wasn't an airplane. It was a fucking airplane, people. Okay. But enough of conspiracy theory. Yes, Benny laughed at Joe Biden having cognitive decline, a medical condition. And the video we just watched, he lied and said he would never do that. He would never make fun of that. Carrie, if you have to explain it, it ain't funny. Oh. Or it could be if you have to explain it, Finkel didn't notice the chat. Men in Black was not as scary as Men in White. Oh. Okay. I watch documentaries about hospitals with men and women wearing. Oh, I was thinking, I was thinking of a certain repetition of the letter K. Whoa, Muxer just snuck up on me. I didn't see him. How about if I give Muxer a little more stage room here? What are you doing today? That from studio.
I disagree with you on one point about presidential medical records.
Yeah.
I don't care about prostates or ingrown toenails and stuff like that, but I do think we should be informed if they have a mental decline.
I think it would be fair if it was reported in the candidacy. But once the president.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, is that you?
Yep. Thanks. Have a good day.
And somebody at Muxer's house just wished me a good day, and Ariel just wished me a good day. I'll bet they're the same person. Ariel, you at Muxer's house?
I don't know why I take my earpiece out to talk instead of just hitting the mute button, but you know.
I get why we'd want to know, but once a president is qualified and elected, it's in my opinion, and I would understand why people would disagree, that it's none of our business until he's up for re-election. It is the business of his cabinet. And I believe in Biden's case, his cabinet and his vice president said, Mr. President, you can't do this. And I believe in that case, the president said, you're right. I cannot run for re-election. I can't do it. It's clear to all of us now that I should step down. Did he have enough at the time to continue? I believe so, because he continued to do a great job. Yeah, he was slowing down. He wasn't running on the stage quite as quickly as he was. But as a candidate, if he's got some kind of measurable mental decline, we need to know that. And I think in Biden's case, we did know that when he dropped out. He didn't decide to become a candidate again. But do we agree on the?
So
yeah,
he wasn't mentally equipped anymore to run again, but you were fine with him sitting there for another 6 months with his finger on the button or being the guy to decide on safety. And
the typical fail safes in there are the cabinet, the vice president, the staff, the medical doctor, and I'm guessing that they determined he had enough cognitive ability to get through the presidency, but not enough for another 4 years. I would also bet that we saw this kind of decline in Trump while he was president the first time, and he still ran and got elected. And maybe I'm being politically biased, but I think the mental decline we saw in Biden in the end of his presidency was about on track as Trump's first presidency, let alone this one.
So what is it that I said I disagreed with?
You disagreed that someone in office should remain.
I said that
we
should know the mental decline of a president. Right. Did I say we should have known about Biden? No, I said president, any president.
Oh yeah.
Do we want someone who's senile to be sitting there? And so what happened? It's like you're describing a shadow government. We got the vice president. We got the chief of staff. So what if the president gives an order, shoot a missile at Russia? Are they supposed to go, he's crazy, don't do it?
Yeah. I believe those people are put in those positions with that purpose, to advise, to guide. No president can know everything about what it takes to run a government. That's why we have secretaries of state and defense and and Homeland Security normally. Now, I get it.
When you were riding around the Mediterranean on your little pleasure boat, if the captain gave you an order and you thought it was wrong, you'd go, "Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that."
No, Petty Officer Third Class Finko wasn't in that position. The executive officer, the weapons officer, the chief engineer, they would be more likely to point out to the captain, that's not right.
And are they going to just ignore him if he says, "No, we're doing it my way"?
I think the USS Kane, they took charge.
See, and there's IRA agreeing with you. The generals would stop Trump, but that's not the way it's supposed to work. If they are going to have to stop him, he should be stopped now. They should say, "Look, this guy isn't mentally competent. We're going to 25 him."
Yeah. Well, I see the flaw now. I see the setup. The 25th Amendment allows for the cabinet to remove the president. The articles, the Articles 1, 2, and 3 allow the Congress to remove the president. The problem now is, you wouldn't call it, it was whatever the opposite of shadow government. We have a sycophant government. The secretaries of defense, the attorney general, the secretary of state, these are not people put there to safeguard the country. They're put there, in this case, to kiss Trump's ass. Whether Trump's ass has colon cancer, mental decline, evil intentions, no matter what, they are there to, they have oaths to the president, not to the, well, they have oaths to the Constitution, but they don't mean it.
And again, I'm talking about every president, not just the orange god.
Right.
And do you want them to let things go along when they can see the decline, and when it looks like Russia is going to be hitting the missiles, and some doddering, senile old fool is sitting there not knowing what to do, then they're going to say, "Oh, we better get the cabinet together, and we better decide what," I'm just saying, I don't care if they've got bad knees or whatever, but if there is mental decline, it should be reported.
I think normally that is what's been happening since George Washington. I think it's failing now. I think it worked when it became to a certain level with Joe Biden. I think it was his cabinet and his vice president, maybe even his wife, says, "You really shouldn't run again." The man in mental decline didn't make that decision on his own, and they turned that into a conspiracy theory. Oh, they forced him. They double speak. One, they forced him to run again, and two, they forced him to not run again. It's like they can't make up their minds. But the fact is, he didn't run again. He was going to, but as the condition worsened, a decision, in my opinion, probably the people around him, a decision was made that you're not going to be able to go another 4 years at this rate of decline.
And the decision should have just been, maybe step down right now. And
I was rooting for that. I don't know if you remember. I wanted Biden to step down so that, one, VP Harris would be the 47th and make all those fuckers buy new hats. And two, she could pardon people that he was able to pardon people in advance. He couldn't get everybody because he couldn't get himself. And I don't think he pardoned Harris. I think he should have pardoned Harris, stepped down, let her become the 47th president, and then finish the pardons. And I think as a sitting president, she would have a much better chance to defeat that guy. Reagan's almost fired, and they kept him in there. We don't know how far advanced it was. We can't tell the lies from the actual forgetfulness or unawareness. What was that colonel's name? Ollie North. Did he take the fall before Reagan? Did Reagan know about it? A few years later, we found out the guy had Alzheimer's. How far was that Alzheimer's advanced? If they knew about it, they were taking advantage of the situation. If they didn't know about it, well, I don't know. That's a good point. It's a flawed system. It's definitely flawed now, because you can watch Trump now in his first 4 months and compare it to Biden's first 4 months. You can see it's obvious that the decline is already there. Will Trump's cabinet step up? No. Will Trump's VP step up? No, not unless he wants the power, but he's aware that he would fail. It's a flawed system, but I believe that's the way the system has been working and did work during Biden.
Well, one of the things is it's always been flawed, but they always thought everybody would be doing their jobs. You know, they never thought that the entire Congress would decide to bow down to a despot.
Yeah.
They never thought that the Supreme Court would go by politics rather than the Constitution. All of that, you know. When they wrote the 25th, they counted on the cabinet being people who were there to serve America rather than a man.
Yeah, it's been an epic failure. The president's supposed to nominate people for the cabinet. The Senate's supposed to confirm or deny, advise and consent. The cabinet, the Senate, being majority sycophant, let these fuckers fly through. So now we have Trump loyalists, not America loyalists, in the cabinet. All of them. The entire fucking cabinet is a Trump loyalist. They will put Trump before the Constitution. Even the ones that used to speak badly against Trump, like Rubio. Marco, what the fuck, man? Who's that guy who's swimming in sewage water? RFK Jr.?
Worm brain, yeah.
I think I hear Nerdy's helicopter music.
Yeah, it's been playing for an hour.
Oh, okay. I totally missed it. By the way, audience members, I don't see you in here now. People usually watch the likes of Generally Specific. I want you to take notice. Muxer and Finkel just disagreed on a few points. Nobody rage quit. Nobody fight.
Yeah, we don't need that.
You fucker. I was about to make a wonderful point, and there you go. You fired me. Anyway.
I can resist.
But you do have a good point. Mental decline is a bigger issue in the Situation Room than asshole cancer. Asshole cancer being kept private is not the biggest conspiracy in history of the United States. Come on, people. Come on.
Now, if he had a cancer or something like that, that would affect his cognitive abilities. But yeah, just
hey, I you don't have to answer if it's a corporate secret. But I heard a rumor that a Beatles fan would be very interested in watching movie night tonight. Are you able to confirm or deny or spoiler?
I was actually thinking of that for next week, but we could.
Oh, any hints on what tonight is?
I forget what it was called. There's a movie Ariel talked about last week. Young women, something like that. What was that, Ariel? I had to go through all that effort of actually, doing 3 mouse clicks to figure it out.
If this is girls in prison, you should know it's porn. Oh, Young Guns. Okay, Young Guns is not. Okay. All right.
Can't do Young Guns because that'll be like 7 westerns in a row.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently I misinformed the audience early on. I thought it had something to do with the Beatles. Apparently that's next week. Oh,
I know. The Late Bloomers.
Late Bloomers. Not familiar with
Yeah, that was the one. That was one Ariel was talking about last week. I'll leave it up to you, Ariel.
Billy
Do you think
Joel.
Late Bloomers. Should we go with Late Bloomers or Across the Universe? Because I don't know anything about Late Bloomers.
I don't know anything about Late Bloomers either. But Billy Joel did say that Catholic girls wait much too late. Is that what you mean by late bloomers? I really should change my clothes.
Maybe why they call underwear bloomers.
Actually, I'm not even sure what a bloomer is.
Wasn't that like those big, they were sort of big frilly sort of pant underwear? It was like they were like a full leg. I think they used to wear them under when they'd have those great big skirts. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna text Dirty Hippie. What are bloomers? Okay, what are bloomers? He says fucking Google it. Okay. All right. Is that BLOOMERS?
Yeah, I mean they could also be an onion, and they are a flower. So I just wonder why they go kind of like, okay, I'm picturing petticoats. That's what I'm picturing. So I think bloomers were just like panties. I'm not sure.
All right. We have some interesting bloomers here. Oh, fashion bloomers underwear. Not exactly a turn on. Images. All right. Yeah, all right. It's got potential. All right. So we're watching a movie about this?
Yep.
I don't know.
Late.
It might get You know what? I should Google late bloomer. It might be latex bloomers. Bloomers. It's a 2023 film. Oh, okay. There is a movie. You can get this past the copyright police. Let me add to stage.
Yes. Since we watch offline, we can do whatever we want.
Oh, it's a comedy drama film directed by Lisa Steen and her debut. From a screenplay by Anna Greenfield, not Garfield. Okay. Cast. Karen Gillan, or Margaret Sophie Stein, don't know her. Jamie Fowler, don't know her. Talia Balsam, don't know her. Kevin Nealon, don't know him. Lori Tan Chin, don't know. Michelle. Yeah, I don't know these actors and actresses.
Kevin Nealon's a comedian.
Okay. Well, do you know the redhead? I know a lot of reds. Yeah. All right. Well, I see that our snipping deadline is less than 11 minutes away, and my butt is sore, and I'm thinking about ending stream. What time is movie night?
8 o'clock.
I motion that we end this stream and meet again at 8 o'clock on Chat and Play. All in favor? Yeah, the shirt stinks. The body under the shirt stinks. I rewore it for the show, but I think the 8647 is dying out because they got their moment of reaction from it. They're done with it. It's proven that it's nothing. It really is nothing.
I did make a prediction yesterday, though. Nerdy shared a thing of I can't remember who it was. Somebody saying making it 25-47. Okay, and I think if that would catch on at all, if the wrong person would say it, I'm predicting that all of a sudden those people that freaked out over the 86 are going to say, aha, the 25th president was William McKinley. He was assassinated. They're saying assassinate 47 now.
Actually, my brain was scrambling to think, what the hell could that mean? 25th Amendment, the 47th president.
Yeah.
That would be nice, but this cabinet, they're not going to do it. Nope, they're too busy reaching under the table, jerking the motherfucker off. Not one of them.
Mr. President, your first 100 days were marvelous, the most marvelous 100 days in American history. And I am so grateful that you made me a part of this. Yeah.
Not a single one of them give a fuck about America, the American people, the Constitution, or even morality. In fact, they're going after Congress members now. Pam Bundy, Blondie, but whatever that bitch's name is, she's now telling her local attorneys, what do you call them? You have district attorneys in every place. Hey, if you suspect Congress men and women of something, go ahead and go get them. I want to see a jury opine on the guilt or innocence of these Congress members in New Jersey for assaulting the ICE agents that actually assaulted them. I can't wait till a jury weighs in on that. Something tells me we'll never see a jury. Something tells me it'll get laughed out somewhere along the line before a jury. But I'd love to see a unanimous jury come back and say, well, fuck off. They're innocent. I have an awesome Trump song that will piss you all off. We'll come up and show that if it's less than 8 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. And if you guys want to do another stream, we can do another stream, but I'll try and keep it under 2 hours. Ariel, you want to share your song with us? There we go. Sing a song. Sing out loud. Sing out strong. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing an awesome Trump song that'll piss us off. I'm not going to quit my non-musical career.
So we're supposed to start now?
We like you. We know you're a Trump pansy, but we still like you. Most of our audience are Trump pansies, right, Mr. Kerry? Not Nerdy. Nerdy's not a Trump pansy. We don't hate all Trump pansies.
I think Kerry is a recovering Trump pansy.
Recovering? Okay. I want you all to like me. Oh, it's mutual. I want you guys to like me too. I want 23,000 live viewers. Why don't I have, of course, I have a hard time keeping up the chat when there's 6 viewers. Can you imagine 23,000 viewers chatting? I would definitely need Mugster. I would definitely need Mugster to keep track of the, I'm not a Trumper. Oh, so you just tease me. Oh, so you're just teasing me when you're, yeah, okay. I didn't know if you were or just teasing me. Doesn't matter. You're a good Trumper. Or a good non-Trumper. 154. I'm gonna end. Do you want to start another one, or do you want to leave it till 8?
No, I got somebody just came.
Okay. That's what she said. Okay. Everyone have a great day. What day is this? This is Monday. If I don't see you again for the rest of the week, have a great week. And remember, 8647.
Thank you for joining us in our attempt to escape reality for a while. See you next time.